Design doesn't happen in isolation, it's built on collaboration. Today's conversation highlights the critical role of builder sales and the partnership that supports interior designers behind the scenes. Joining us today is Kristin Mitchell, the outside builder sales rep with Ferguson's Home Kitchen and Bath, a company deeply involved with ASID, NKBA, IDS, and NARI, as well as the Dallas Builders Association here locally. Their Dallas showrooms are consistently recognized as Designer Choice Award winners. Oh, that is a tongue twister.
I know.
And they actively support initiatives like Kips Bay here in Dallas, which is phenomenal. Dwell with Dignity, which I've been a part of since I entered the industry, and then ASID Student Symposium, which you guys all know is the inspiration for this podcast. She also currently serves as the finance director for the Texas chapter of ASID. When a brand truly believes in the design community, it goes beyond the showroom floor, and that's where Kristin thrives. Thank you so much for being here
Oh my
today.
gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
I love that. It was such a good little intro.
Oh, well, good. Thank you. I got that all from what you sent me.
Sort of.
So it's been super interesting to learn as I go through this process, all my colleagues and their journeys.
Yes.
Something that I learned recently from somebody is that they graduated school
Mhm.
and the job that they currently have was their internship.
Yeah.
And it's been whatever, 10,
Right.
15
Yeah.
years. I know you have a similar story.
I do.
So we're going to just start with a little alumni as to where you went to school,
Okay.
what your actual degree is,
Okay.
and then how you ended up
Here.
with Ferguson.
Okay, good. It's pretty good actually. I graduated from Texas A&M University, GIGM, for those of you who know that. Not sure of design school stuff there, but anyway.
Architectural program.
Yeah, very good
We've had
architectural program.
two people.
Very good architectural program. So I shouldn't be dissing my skill. But I graduated from Texas A&M with a business degree in marketing,
Okay.
which was really sales based. I don't know if you know about me, but that's like my goal in life. It was to be a salesperson. That's what both of my parents did.
Really?
My mom did high end retail, which I know you come from women's clothes.
Yeah.
And then my dad's a stockbroker, so sales. So anyway, when I was interviewing for a job, I went to the career center at A&M, like a lot of students do, and Ferguson was one of the companies. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to interview with this company. It says it's plumbing, which it really is plumbing. But very bougie plumbing now. But at the time it was not. It was pipe valves and fittings and all of this, much more distribution oriented at the time. But one of my mom's good friends was a builder in Dallas.
Okay.
And so she had met her through retail. And so I really kind of fell in love with the house. And so when I called my mom's good friend, I was like, hey, I'm interviewing with this company. She's like, I bought all my stuff there. It's the best. And really, honestly, the rest is history. I interviewed at our not same building we're on Slocum Street now, and I loved it. Of course, it was completely different place than it is now. And all the styles are changed so much. But I just loved every single thing about it. And it just seemed like the perfect fit for me to have a little home design that I'd always had interest in and sales.
And so you literally left school.
Mm-hmm.
You took a job with Ferguson's because of career day there.
Uh-huh.
And you were still there. How many years later?
30.
That is amazing.
I know. It's pretty incredible. There's a short, not for piece for the audience version where I did leave for a couple of years, but we bought those people. And so I'm like, so it just goes back to my 30 years.
Part of that integration. You just went over there, a little spy.
And then I went back to Ferguson because they were a mom and pop. And once you do larger companies, it's hard to go back to a mom and pop. And so I was like, oh gosh, I got to get back to Ferguson. And then 3 years later, we bought them. So I'm like 30, just giving myself the whole time.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So with most of our listeners here being students or emerging professionals coming into the industry, can you share? So you've told us your mom's friend,
right,
was in the industry, so you knew you loved that part of it. As they're trying to figure out where they want to go in the industry, I actually asked Savannah this as well.
Yeah,
because Savannah and Kristin are also very good friends.
Yes, we are.
where would you say that students could go? You found it at the career
Career, that's the
fair,
career fair.
right? But if they walk out of school and they have their degree,
Uh-huh.
whether it's design or marketing or business or
Yeah,
whatever, but they love the industry,
right.
what might be a direction that they could take? How would they go and network and find people that might be able to connect them?
Well, I mean, I just have to go to my most recent experience on that. And it, of course, LinkedIn and all of the things that you do for jobs, right? But if you really are design interested or heavy, I really feel like the ASID Student Symposium and all of that sort of emerging professionals, that networking group is so great.
It's
I mean,
incredible.
I think the same for IDS. I just am more involved with ASID a little bit, and the chapter's big in Dallas or and Fort Worth, honestly.
Yeah.
So I would say that would be one of the good ways to do it is to
And I
kind of
believe
let
that's national,
it
right? So
it
ASID has a focus on
on
students
students
specifically,
nationally. Yes,
right? So
100%.
we're obviously in the Dallas Fort Worth
Right.
area, and very involved in it ourselves,
Yeah.
Student
Yeah.
Symposium and ASID. But you can find those chapters now.
Everywhere nationally. I mean, I think almost all major cities have it,
And I
or
think they all
something.
do it the same month.
I think so too.
It's a focus. I
Uh,
think right when the
Go
students go
back
back
to
to school
school.
for the
That's
next.
how ours is. So I think
Yeah.
that's right. So
Yeah.
yeah, and the Texas ASID involves many cities in Texas, and I think they all do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe that's just us
Yeah.
that we do it when they
Yeah.
go back to
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
because I know we do it as a state.
Yeah.
So is there a specific memorable project that you've had with Ferguson's? I'm sure you've had many roles over the
Mhm.
years. Or maybe just start with how you started it in just basic sales, because
Yeah.
now you're more working with builders,
Right.
and I claim you as my own.
Thank you.
But then I look at your title, I'm like, well, I'm not a builder, I'm a designer, but
Right.
that's okay. I'm still
No,
calling
that's
Kristen.
good. That's kind of a good intro and cross. I've thought about that with this coming up. But I started and I really, like I said, I interviewed with Ferguson, and Ferguson has a lot of categories, but I really loved our showroom business, which is our more high-end business that focuses on the home. Of course, we sell everything from, sewer pipe on, but
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, I
I,
mean,
I don't get that
everything.
far.
We're very large. People have no idea how large Ferguson is, but that's a whole nother subject. So when I started in the showroom, kind of focusing on my mom's friend's business, it just took off. I uh, became the top salesperson in the country within like 6 or 7 months.
Wow.
And it was really a lot of that was a very small group of people at that time. So if you're listening from Ferguson, there wasn't many. So it
Company has grown.
sounds very fabulous, but it was still kind of little then. Anyway, but I just really loved it, and I loved selling the product and helping the house get done. Well, as the time evolved, what I really found and what I created was a lot of friendships with designers helping us get to construction. Because for a long time, especially in those years, construction design was not really a thing. The architects were doing that more. And then designers or interior designers were doing the fabrications and the curtains and all of that. So it has evolved so much in that time frame, the product availability, the colors, the styles, the brands, all of that has evolved, even with lights, appliances, everything that Ferguson does now. It just really became a thing where I was like really started getting close to a lot of designers, a lot of construction designers. And so then I wanted to really help support that business and see that through. I then ended up marrying a builder. So then I was like, oh gosh, I got to really do some design work on this guy because Lord knows he needed it. And the rest is kind of history. It's not really so much a fabulous project. I've had so many fabulous projects, but one that does come to mind, and I'm still very close to the designer 20 plus years later, is the Vaquero. We did the zero lot lines for Melman at the time because he didn't really understand design in Texas. Like how much you get for the dollar here is very different than on the coasts. And so we kind of created a product there, and that's really when I started being like, oh gosh, this is amazing of all the different things to be involved with and do. So,
Yeah. And then evolving further into show homes and like
yeah,
Kips
yeah,
Bay.
yeah, totally.
Talk a little bit about that. We haven't had anybody on the show that was really filling us in on Kips Bay.
Yeah. So Kips Bay came to Dallas because we are a design mecca for the country, which is so fun to think about because forever everyone thought we were so antiquated and tired. But we're not. We're spiffy and cute here, just different. And so when they came to Dallas, a lot of the manufacturers pulled us in. The distributor that or the vendor that does all of the plumbing for all of Kips Bay is Kohler. And I'm coming in a week or two to talk about Kohler with y'all, but so not to blow that. But Kohler and Ferguson since I've started have almost been one brand. So we are very aligned. And so that was easy to do. Kohler sends the product direct. But of course, if our designers were involved, they would ask us a little about the product or whatever. But we truly got involved with it with the appliance manufacturers because it is for charity, Kips Bay, and the houses, as you know, are so I'll explain a little about it. You tell me if I'm wrong. The houses are broken up by room, and each designer gets a room.
Right.
But the product all is gifted.
Yes.
And the designer gifts all of the product and the manufacturers for appliances and bathrooms, etc. Gift everything.
Yeah.
The designers get to take almost everything out of the house, but the appliances and the plumbing stays.
Yes.
So we got involved installing the plumbing and appliances years ago and have been asked. It's changed the vendors a few times, but
Yeah, I was wondering.
they keep staying with us.
I'm sure
Thank you.
it's like, no, this year I would like Kips Bay, right? No, this year it's my turn to be the appliance at Kips.
That's sort of true, except you do end up giving kind of a lot of product, and as you know, infamously, that's expensive. But of course, it is for charity, so
Yeah.
they do like doing it, and the exposure's so great.
Yeah.
So,
Do you have any idea how many people because we just had it here?
gosh,
How many
yeah,
go
I
through
have
that thing?
no idea, but it's tens of thousands.
Yeah, it's a lot. And it's only open for a very short period of time.
Yes.
Like,
And it's so beautiful and fun, and I love it now. But there's some funny stories about Kips Bay that I can tell. Like, one year, neighborhood got mad at the house because it's in a fancy neighborhood, has been in the past, and they didn't like all the cars. So they only let it be open for like 2 weeks, and they would not let you park anywhere near the house. Anyway, so I'm standing in the yard in my appliance installers, driving these large trucks and doing all this kind of the technical part of design, and they have to like shuttle in. It was
oh my goodness.
awful.
And you're talking tens of thousands of people.
Tens of thousands of
Yeah.
people. They were shuttling in all the time.
And it's so much work to just be open for that short period
Right.
of
And the
time.
designers were devastated.
Yeah.
Of course, they had spent so much money and time.
Yeah.
So that was bad. And then one year, my designer was the designer to the owner of the house. So that was sort of a fun project where I got to make it all go together once everyone had done all their design styles in there. And that was real interesting.
I
Really
love that. Yeah.
because it was
Another layer of the dynamic.
another layer of the dynamic because the house is gifted usually to use to the charity, and the this man had owned a couple of the houses, so we're very successful man.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, and but the first one didn't sell, and so the second time we were like in charge of making it look like it was one designer, and it was super interesting.
Oh, really?
Mhm. It was really.
What year was that?
That was not. I'm going with 2022 or 3.
Okay.
If it was on Meadowbrook, if you remember that year.
Okay. The one, well, I thought it went beautifully together. It had a canal in the back.
That's the one.
Okay.
And it
That's
was.
exactly. Yeah.
That's probably also, which you students do not want to care about this, but that's the prettiest lot I've ever seen in Dallas.
Yeah. It's
stunning.
You don't know you're in
stunning
Dallas.
lot.
Yeah. It was
a gorgeous lot. So.
Yeah. It's so fun to be a part of something like that. And then,
really was.
I mean, NKBA is coming up.
Yep.
And all the events that
Are you
come
going?
around that. I am.
Me too.
I know we weren't going to, and then we were just drawn like we need to be there, so we're going to be there.
Okay, I love that. Well, we'll talk about
Yeah.
that after this. Like if you need some tours or some
Oh,
things,
thank you.
let me know.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
great place to connect and meet
Yes,
people if you
me
can
too, for
get to any
sure.
of those conventions. So we talk a lot about goals
Yeah.
as you're coming up into the industry. Do you have any particular goals? I know, boy, I just smacked you with that one.
I've had some that, to be honest, that I've attained,
That's
and
a
then
thing.
that's a wonderful thing to say and do. And thank goodness for Ferguson, I have been successful, and it has let me have a lot of opportunities. Now, there's some sales goals and some rewards that I would want to do
Yeah,
on that, but also just trying to mix it in with you know with the work-life balance. I don't know if
that's an
y'all know about
excellent
this, but
goal.
this industry can kind of suck you in. And that's a little bit of an understatement.
Well, and some of the fun things that Ferguson's does is you guys organize groups to go learn about product.
Yes, totally.
Can
And
you
that's what,
touch a little bit about that?
for sure. So it's such a great experience too. And honestly, it's how I get close to a lot of people. So it's very fun. But the manufacturers, because the product is so technical, especially the appliances, but a lot of the plumbing as well, will send you on trips to different places to learn about the product. And so it's super fun. Like that's how my only time I've ever been to Louisville, Kentucky is with Monogram. It's an incredible
Oh,
place.
yeah.
And
Okay.
and then of course Chicago and has a bunch of wonderful places. But yes, the manufacturers will send you on trips, or Ferguson will send you on a trip to do something, and then you usually do learn a little product. We don't let you go and play the whole time. You
Right.
get to go play, see a house, talk a little appliance,
Yeah.
and then go. So
I think the trainings are
yeah,
phenomenal.
they're so fun. And usually they do mix them in with wonderful dinners. And of course, while you're learning the product and some others, some are more dry than others. So I'll advise you on those. But most of them are wonderful and in great places like California. Newport Brass is there, and it's so
Yeah.
wonderful. Or New York City to see Toto and do BDNY. Or right now, I'm not there, but I have done it many years. And I didn't talk about it in my bio, but Modernism in Palm Springs.
Oh, that sounds
We're the
lovely.
national sponsor for it, and it
Really?
is amazing
Okay.
if you love that product
Right.
because it's a very specific design
Well,
style.
and that's a key point,
Yeah.
right? So as you're learning your style, your client style,
Mhm.
and where you might
Yeah.
lean, if you really do want to get more involved with a
Yeah.
product and know more about it, it's a great opportunity to
It's a
reach
great
out and say, I
opportunity.
really, we've incorporated it. I need to learn more.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Ferguson's or any of those,
Right.
the vendors want you to come out and learn their product.
Yes.
They want to
Totally.
treat you to a nice
Nice.
48 hours or something.
Right, or anything, a dinner, and they wanna do I
Yeah.
mean, they wanna get you in our building all the time, and sometimes I'm like, "They're so tired of us, y'all, can we go somewhere else?" But they want you to learn it and understand the brand and feel like the relationship of all the brands we represent
Yeah.
are for the designer, builder, whatever our client base is,
And you
so
talked about how big Ferguson's is.
it's so
Right. So
big, y'all.
literally, you could probably leave
Billions
college with
upon billions of
any
dollars.
degree and find a job at Ferguson's.
I think so. I mean, honestly, and I also talk about this too with Ferguson, and Savannah maybe also mentioned it, but you can do a lot of different things.
Mhm.
Like if you think you're a salesperson, but you're not a salesperson, you can do operations, you can do accounting, you can do a million of things that support the business that are different and interesting. I mean,
I would
we
think
have
your
the
events planning department is probably
yes.
pretty big.
We have that. We have cool distribution places that you like that sort of thing. Not that you would like that
Don't you
on
do
this.
live culinary events at the
Yes.
showroom?
Yes,
So
we
now
do.
we're talking chefs that do your
Yes.
job, right?
Right. Yeah. We don't do the chefs really in us anymore. We do them with the
Okay.
brands, but
Okay.
still, it's pretty fun to do all that.
Yeah.
Yes. One of my friends is leaving management and going to design the showrooms.
Oh, really?
which I think is so cool.
That's
And she's
fabulous.
really talented in her own right. Also kind of like me, a little design hobby while we're selling you toilets. But but yes, so I think that's such a cool thing.
Yeah, so much to do.
So much to do and so related to the industry and the design specifics of it.
So I would imagine over your years, you've had a lot of interactions, probably with maybe interns. Do you guys do internships?
We don't do interns as much. We do we call it, I got to think of the name of it now because we like to change the name of things. But we do like a trainee program, is what we call it,
Okay.
where we do hire you. So we pay
Right.
you.
It's not a,
You do not want to work for Ferguson
no.
because they don't work you. So, FYI. But we do a training program, and so that really is what I started, and I'm sure that's what
Okay.
Savannah kind of started in. And we kind of take you through some of the stuff to see the different categories and the different styles. And somebody that comes to be hired for our showrooms ends up selling utility pipe. True, happens often
Interesting.
because the bit just becomes
It's just where their pull
right
is.
where their pull is.
Oh my
So yeah,
goodness.
it's pretty cool to have that as an option for the
So do
company.
you see any, or do you have any advice? Are there any common mistakes that you see out there as people first come in? Or like maybe they're just drawn to, they think that they want to do this, but like you said, they end up selling
Selling
utility pipe. Like,
utility pipes, right?
who would have known?
I don't know if you can really make a mistake. I mean, to me, and I think about that with my Ferguson experience really is like, how did I fall into this? I mean, I was 21 years old, but it fit for me, the experience and the lifestyle. But, my advice to anybody is to work hard. I mean, or what you think work hard is. Any place you go,
That's a good
anything
point.
you do, and all of our work hards are different. But if you're actually working hard or executing in a way, then I think you'll be successful. That's my experience with life. I don't know if it's 100% true, but I think so. I rarely see people that are really trying and working hard that aren't successful.
And does Ferguson's lean into if somebody is not excelling over here, but it's like, oh, you know what? You
Yes.
might want to try.
The product is so detailed and intricate, and so is the technology
Mhm.
that we have to use to distribute it to you, which is real antiquated, but it works for us. So if you learn it, we really want you and I think a lot of companies will talk about the hiring process and how to stay on and how expensive it is to lose and do. So we really do try and do a culture of Ferguson. We even call it that at some points. We call it culture and values. It's a culture of the company and what they have. So if you're in and you don't like it, move. That's what I just
Within the company.
within the company. Like tell us. Look online, apply. I mean, I have kids that or kids, sorry. That's so antiquated too.
I say it all the
I know.
time on the podcast. I think it might be an age thing. I'm like,
It is. I know. And
y'all are the age of my kids, and I
right,
still call them
right,
kids.
right.
So
And I don't even have kids, but y'all are young. So that's why I call you that. But so sorry about that, y'all. But I have hires or people that have worked for us that move a lot too, which is one of the wonderful things about Ferguson is that you can go anywhere. Like once we have you and we've taught you the processes of whatever the category is, you can go to Charleston, South Carolina and work for Ferguson, and you
yeah.
could go to Santa Fe and work for Ferguson, or you could go to Florida and work for Ferguson. Lots of people come to Dallas from other places to work for Ferguson, which
I
is
didn't
great.
think of that.
It's
We're just
amazing.
so
Yeah,
we're so in our bubble here
right,
for
right,
sure. But that's like working for a hotel,
right.
and
Yep.
I don't know. You want to go be
You want to go be wherever
where your
and
parents,
do.
your grandparents are for a couple of years,
It
and you
just
can do
really
that.
is great for partners
Hmm.
and it's also great for explorers. I mean, I have a good girl that works in Grapevine for us. I hired her and she now is in Charleston and loves it. And maybe is going to go to Maryland. She needs to be by the water, she told me, and I understand that.
Oh, what a great
Uh-huh.
opportunity!
It really is.
Okay,
It really is a great opportunity. And I feel like
and it's encouraged. It sounds like
oh yeah. I mean,
because they want to. Well, no. Well, no,
We
but
want you
wait,
to stay for us with
Yeah.
us forever. Our possessions.
you're specific, but but you're not.
Oh yes, we definitely encourage it
Yeah,
and want it for anybody. That it's the one of the perks. I say
I would absolutely.
there's
think
lots of
so.
perks. Also,
Yeah.
real good prices on product, y'all.
Personal
For your own
use.
personal,
We love that term in this industry
uh,
for your own personal
for
use.
your personal use.
Yes. So as we're kind of wrapping up here, what are you've given us all kinds of great nuggets.
Okay, I hope so.
Maybe a few key takeaways for the students.
Okay.
I don't know so much whether it's just Ferguson's related
Uh-huh.
or just some advice to them as they're trying to find their path. It's obviously a winding journey.
It is a winding journey. And don't feel like you've made a mistake, right? Like I think I said that earlier. Like just use your path. Your experience is yours, right? I was just talking to a employee yesterday and she was like, "Well, my age group changes jobs a lot and I think I should change jobs." And I was like, if that's what you feel like you need to do, good. But do remember that your age group has never had a recession and it could happen. All of us have lived through a really bad one, especially in this industry. And so we're so happy to have jobs and be, with the one place. But of course, just do your journey and do what feels right. But again, my big takeaway is try hard.
Yeah.
Whatever that is for you. I don't know what that means to you as a person or even to you, but just giving the effort is obvious to people, I think.
Well, and we talk about mentorship, which is phenomenal, but you have to be, let's see, how do I put this? You have to have your own goals,
Right.
right? And know where you want to be, and you have
Yep.
to work hard to get there.
Right.
And if whatever it is that you're doing, it doesn't feel right or it's
Right.
too hard for you to give all,
Yes.
then pivot,
Pivot.
right? And find
Right.
something else so that
Right.
you can give your all. 'Cause
Right.
once you do, it's so enjoyable.
Really is. Once you find your niche and you can do, it just doesn't feel like work.
That's everybody's
I
goal.
said it yesterday. I was like, it's sort of fun for me to sit down at the computer and execute a lot of tasks and then I stand up and have dinner and my glass of wine or whatever that
Yeah.
is. But that's not how everyone sees life. Whatever their version is, it's
Yes.
different. So,
Follow your own
but
journey.
follow your own journey so it doesn't feel so worky.
Yeah.
It because that's the true goal, I think.
Absolutely.
And not that it's not a job, because it is. But
Yeah.
still,
But then the work-life balance
for
helps
sure,
to that.
for
So,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. I think my work-life balance is real off since I'm married to the builder. But yes.
Oh, what a fun conversation we had. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being with us
Thank
today.
you. I'm so glad to do it.
Great insight on your side of the business.
Thank you.
And you're such a partner to us.
I'm so happy to
Yeah, we
to
just
do it. The relationships too are the key to us.
Yeah.
I mean, I said it the other day when I was speaking. Like, we want to have a relationship with you. That's how I sell product. So
it's
we
not
want
the
to
sale,
support
it's
your
the
business.
relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, of
Phenomenal
course.
point to leave on. All right. Thanks, Kristen.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.